My name is Zigrix, and in this video, I'll be showcasing a deck featuring Arceus EX and Dialga EX. This is the best deck in the current meta, based on tournament performance. The basic game plan is to use Dialga to ramp your Arceus or second Dialga on your bench. By doing so, you're building 2 attackers with energy, instead of only 1. Between the 100 damage from Dialga and the 130 damage from Arceus, you can 2-shot most Pokemon in the meta. The 2 EX Pokemon also have high HP, in addition to running Shaman for healing. Another reason why this deck performs so well is consistency. It runs very few basics, so there's a higher chance that you'll start with Dialga. And since you only run basics, you don't have to deal with the inconsistency of Stage 1 or Stage 2 Pokemon. Running a small number of basic Pokemon also allows you more deck space and flexibility to include trainer cards. There are many successful variants of this deck in tournaments, so I'll provide a few examples of cards that you can swap out. I'm running 2 copies of Shaman for the extra healing, but you can swap out a Shaman for Mew. Mew is great against Pokemon like Palkia or Charizard, allowing you to one-shot them. Another card you can change is a Sabrina for Giovanni. Giovanni allows your Arceus to one-shot Pokemon with 140 HP, such as opposing Arceus or Darkrai. I'll be commentating on the 3 games I've included as examples. In the first game, my opponent opens with Sudowoodo, which is definitely not what you want to see as an Arceus player. Sudowoodo can deal 50 damage for 1 energy against all EX Pokemon, and an additional 20 damage to Arceus due to weakness. I start with Dialga and ramp energy to both Arceus and my second Dialga. My opponent opens quite well, as they already have Rampardos ready with a Lucario on their bench. They retreat with Rampardos because they don't want to lose it if they were to knock out my Dialga. Leaf is really great for repositioning your Pokemon, because both Dialga and Arceus have a retreat cost of 2. The opponent uses Pokemon Communication to search for a second Lucario, which would have let the Rampardos deal 170 damage to my Dialga. In the end, it didn't matter, as my Arceus would have won the game with a swing back against the Rampardos. In Game 2, I'm going first this time, which means I don't have the energy advantage. And I also don't start with Dialga. Luckily, I draw Leaf to reposition on a later turn. I like running double Shaman to heal each other, so it's almost like having a wall for the early game. Here I reposition and ramp energy to my Arceus. My opponent actually drew all the pieces for Garchomp, so they're able to evolve on curve. They knock out my Shaman, and I see they have a Riolu on their bench, which could evolve into Lucario. If I switch in my Arceus, there's a chance it gets one-shot by Garchomp plus Lucario's ability, and I lose. So I decide to play out my second Dialga, and ramp it instead. Dialga has enough HP to take one hit from Garchomp plus Lucario. I use all of my healing on the Dialga on my bench, because the opponent would win if they had Cyrus in hand. In the third game, I'm going first again, and my opponent opens with Farfetch'd, who can quickly deal 40 damage for 1 energy. Luckily, I have Rocky Helmet, which can deal 20 damage to the opponent's Pokemon if they attack, and Farfetch'd only has 60 HP. In this game, you'll see why double Shaman is great due to having twice the healing. I don't have Arceus this game, so I ramp energy to my second Dialga. My opponent is playing Farfetch'd with Magnezone. Magnezone deals 110 damage, which isn't enough to knock out my Dialga, due to the healing from Shaman. I switch to the Dialga with more HP, which can take one hit, and also force the opponent to use Cyrus if they want to knock out the one on the bench. I draw into Sabrina and take out their Magnemite before I can evolve into another Magnezone. If that was a Giovanni, I probably would have lost to a Magnezone next turn. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for new Pokemon TCG Pocket videos. I upload new videos on deck profiles, meta-analysis, set reviews, and tips. Thanks for watching.